What's going on, everyone? It is Rod here. We're back another week, another set of world records to watch. A 126.018 on Peach Gardens by 0/20, also known as Army. This 126.018 is coming off of a 21-day reign reign of one world record. A 126.073 is what Army got on April 17th, and now May 8th. Monday, May 8th, we have this King Boo Teddy Buggy Azure Roller. We got a tire change on this one. Previously, it had been using the sponge tires for the past two world records. And as you may recall, this is one of those tracks that was having some back and forth, inside drifting, outside drifting battles. My guy 3UP and Army were going back and forth. They are the only two players to have world records on this track. 3UP has gotten 7 world records, so solid battle. And 6 of those world records actually came before the balance patch. Post balance patch, 3UP changed the, changed the inside drifting combo from using slim tires to metal tires. And the sport bike, which was already used, also got a buff. But then Army, quickly on the same day, this was both on March 9th, got a King Boo Teddy Buggy world record, and 3UP has yet to get a world record post balance patch, or post day 1 of balance patch on Peach Gardens 2023. I don't know why I said 2023. Peach Gardens 200cc. It rhymes, right? It's close enough. It's close enough. How you guys doing, by the way? Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are excited for content to come, because there's some exciting content to come. We're doing this as normal. Well, let's move on to the next track. Electrodrome 150cc, a 123.399 by Alberto, and by 150cc I mean 200cc. Alberto, let's get into it. Alright, so this record is using King Boo, Mach 8, Crimson Slim, and Cloud Glider. This is the first post-balance patch world record on this track. Very few of them remain. This was one of them. I'm not sure exactly how many remain, but this is one of them. You know what? I'll check on that just for you. Okay, so actually 34 of them remain, which is a lot more than I thought. But when you consider the fact that there are 80 tracks in the game, which means that there's 160 categories, 34 out of 160 is only 21.25%. So that means that basically 80% of the tracks, the categories, have a balance patch world record. So that's interesting. Anyway, Alberto, being the GOAT, has given us insight into this Electrodrome run. After watching Alpha streams on this track, I was inspired to get world record on Electrodrome again after so long, and I started doing attempts to see if I was still good at the track. I think we all know the answer to that one. After playing for the next 3 days, I got many frustrating fails before finally beating it, which felt great as I also got the .3. He did, he got the .399. The run is quite consistent, but had a slow mushroom on lap 2. We just saw that. By far the worst part of the track. Shroom being so difficult makes this the hardest track in the game to drive under pressure for me. For me being Alberto. And that's saying a lot, because Alberto drives a lot of tracks in this game, mostly under pressure, right? He gets a lot of world records. So this is the hardest track in the game to drive under pressure for Alberto. But he got it done here. Well done. N64 Choco Mountain 200cc was set on May 9th, but we watched it last week because we cheated. So if you want to see that, watch last week's recap. Wii DK Summit, a 157.297, solidly ahead of second place Japanese player K, using Yoshi Teddy Buggy GLA tires, have entered the chat. They had already entered the chat on April 20th, and we watched that world record. But GLA tires have been in the news, you could say, recently, so cool to see that. This was not the only record of the week on Wii DK Summit, as Spanish player, like in English you would say Josie, because there's 2 E's at the end, but I'm just going to go with Jose, or Jose, but the O has a line through it, I don't know. Anyway, got his first world record ever in the game. A 157.806 on May 8th. And I can see if I can find this to find the player. Give me a sec. Yeah, so on Twitter, his name is Jose. And he tweeted, it says, Primer World Record, like WR, de mi vida. which I believe means first world record of my life. I mean, come on, bro. I'm fluent. I'm not at all. Not even close. I'm actually the opposite of fluent. But first world record of my life. Congratulations to Jose. That was on May 8th. And then 2 days later on May 10th, Japanese player K got his first world record on DK Summit. Previously, he had 3 world records, all on Mumu Meadows, 2 on March 10th, 1 on March 12th, all of this year. So nice to see, a solidly post-balance patch. You are a true world record holder. Not to say world record holders in the beginning of the balance patch aren't true world record holders, because, yours truly. But, it was a lot easier back then. But anyway, I mean, perfect driving, as always. DK Summit, a fun one to watch. But the reign of Calcaire has come to an end. First by Jose, then by Japanese player K. Calcaire did get the first sub 158 with a 157.924. This is all the way down. Fun fact, didn't really point this out before. Jose's record was a 157.806. And as I mentioned, the difference from second worldwide, that was second worldwide. This first world record after that 0.806 is a 157.297. That is a 0.5-ish improvement, half a second improvement in one world record. Japanese player K bringing out the strats using the same combo, but I don't know, you guys may have noticed some differences. I'll give a quick watch here, see if anything changes. I mean, DK Summit trick, I like that trick. But yeah, so DK Summit is a track where there's a lot of room for improvement. I mean, you've seen it on 200cc, but all the zippers, the shortcuts, just everything, the traction, large improvements are not only possible, they happen more often. So congratulations, Jose and K, on your records this week. Let's move on. We got Tour Amsterdam Drift, a 134.766 by Panda. Let's watch it. There were a few world records this week on this track, and by a few, I mean 2, which counts as a few. Both by Panda, starting with a 134.847 on May 8th, and then this .766 on May 10th. Panda, his first world record on this track was actually not. We watched it. It wasn't the sub. It was a sub. The sub was by Kapkal, who was dominating the track on 150cc with a 134.993. Panda came to the track last week. May 5th was his first world record on the track. Got a 987, and from there has brought it down to the 766 using Yoshi Biddy Buggy, which is the combo of choice since basically the beginning. Panda, well done. Let's give it a watch. And actually, I remember that main turbo might be new. I'm not sure. I was starting to say something in the first record, and then I just didn't. I never got to it. What I was gonna say is future content this week, and overall in the future. Right now, I've been pumping out content, and it's been a lot of fun. And let's see, we're 8 minutes in, so not all of you watching right now, but most of you watching right now, and those who will continue to watch the video, obviously are a huge fan. But retention is honestly, it's 30%. Which, for a 45-minute video is totally fair. It's 11, 12 minutes. You guys have much better things to do, I'm sure. But I want to put some more work into videos instead of, just here are 12 races of me playing Mario Kart. Make it more interesting, However, that requires a lot of editing, a lot of effort. And as you guys know, I don't like putting effort in. But we're going to give it a try. We're going to give it a try. N64 Choco Mountain, a 151.798 by Alberto. Last week, the record we watched was a 152.496. This record has been improved by about 0.7 by Alberto this week. Let's give it a watch. All right, so what has caused this track to go down by 0.7? Is it a new combo? Is it new strats? Or is it just Alberto being Alberto? Well, let's find out. So basically, last week we watched that 152.496. It was on May 7th. Then 3 days later on May 10th, Alberto comes around and gets not 1, not 2, but 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 world records all on May 10th. Basically, whenever that happens, that it's just, I'm going to predict the Alberto comments on this track. It's going to be I was bored, and I thought, I might just give Choco Mountain a try. And, after a few minutes, I was getting pretty close to world record, so I continued. And I, found a few improvements pretty quickly, and I went from there, and I had a snack, and I called it a day. It's going to be either that or there was a new strat found. Let's find out. Alberto, Choco. Here we go. There's always the inciting action. What leads him to the track? Choco. I saw a Japanese player Zil, get tops with roller and a new strat, the Cave UMT. His tweet said anyone could get tops with his strats, so I got interested in trying it. It makes sense, right? You see a tweet that says anyone can get top with his strat, you try it. And yeah, I mean, to be fair, the world record was with the wood tires, but all previous world records had been with roller, even the first post balance patch world record. But I guess wood was considered faster, for 3 days. But anyway, the roller tires would allow you to get that UMT in the cave much easier than the wood tires. It may not even really be possible or viable with the wood tires. But I'm gonna let this finish, and then we're gonna look at that cave UMT. Nice little Kusan slide ending and like continuation of momentum. Wow. All right, let's take a look at this cave UMT while we finish Alberto's comments. So he's talking about Japanese player Zil. He saw this new strat on Twitter. Anyone could get it. So first, let's see. Mini turbo here. No, you just hold it. You just hold it. You just hold it. You just hold it, and then bang. And you can still get the super mini turbo afterwards. Very nice. Very nice. So yeah, he says, referring to Zil, he was absolutely right, as I quickly found out it gained over 0.5. Got world record and started optimizing it until a much better run. That makes sense, right? New strat, saves free world record, saves a lot of time, and then, the 7 improvements are just, optimizing the run. The 0.7, which is this is a 0.798, has by far my best pace into lap 3, so I lost quite a lot of time due to nerves, but it is still a solid run. I mean, for reference and for all of Alberto's world records, this one is actually like the second or third fastest, but his fastest was a 0.355, and this was a 0.437, so he did lose some time there. But yeah, his pace into lap 3 was just amazing. That's enough Choco Mountain. I'm getting hungry. I was going to say let's eat a snack. That makes no sense. Let's move on to the next track. It rhymes. Let's move on to the next track, and then eat a snack. Holy. A123.455 by my guy Sornano on Big Blue. Absolutely blew me away last week. Let's see what he does this week. I'm sure it's just a minute improvement, but still, we get to watch that shortcut again. Let's go. Alright, so in typical online community fashion, right? Wait until the world record comes out, and then all of a sudden everyone, knew about the shortcut. Everyone in the comments is like, oh yeah, no, we knew about the shortcut. It just wasn't worth it. Oh, it just wasn't faster until the balance patch. Like, really, bro? Really? Okay, man. I believe you. I don't believe you. Apart from Italic. I believe Italic. So basically, people did know. People. Not a lot of people. Not as many people as claim to have been experts in Big Blue. But people knew that this shortcut was possible. But it just was. I mean, as you saw, if you saw my short, it only saves like I think it saves like 0.8. And it's only a 0.2 second faster than using the mushroom in the other spot. So 0.2 is very small. Beautiful shortcut. Beautiful. I mean, just immaculate. That's what I love to see. Love to see it. So yeah, that 0.2, I guess, didn't save. It didn't save 0.2 until, Mach 8 was buffed in the balance patch. And I don't know, I guess that's it. But, glad to know that I have, a lot of Big Blue experts in my comment section. I'm just making, there were like 3 people that were definitely capping that, we knew about this whole time. Okay, anyway, Sornano got this 0.455 on May 10th. And, I mean, yeah, he tweeted, it's in Japanese, but actually it's not even Japanese, it's just like an emoticon, it's just like a happy cat face. So, congratulations, Sornano, killing it once again, well done. GBA Mario Circuit, a 123.414 by Japanese player Chlorine, who you guys may remember from the monthly world record recaps. Let's give it a watch. Alright, so we did watch RMC record last week. It was a 123.475, and that was by Shira. But Chlorine had the record before Shira. Chlorine has come back on May 10th to reclaim first with a 443 and then this 0.414 using Yoshi Bitty Buggy Roller. This is a track that went through some iterations in terms of combo. I want to see Shira's run. Let's see. Yeah, so Shira's run made me discover that there is a coin on the left side of that oil slick. And also does a new strat for, I don't know if it was the first run, but it was the first one that we watched, that does a new strat for that situation. And, oh, we went all over all of this but I'll just reiterate here. Basically, the iterations of combo, now it's on Bitty Buggy, allows you to get lots more mini turbos. So you get this ultra mini turbo, then mini turbo here, and then usually they would just hold a super mini turbo, but you can release it into a mini turbo, still clear the gap, and then get mini turbo after, continue momentum, save time, and then here, mini turbo, and then one more to get the mini turbo trick, mini turbo launch trick even. So before, with the Ink Striker, which was being used in March, you could not get that mini turbo trick, and you would just get a super mini turbo to jump over the grass at the end. But now with Bitty Buggy, mini turbo, super mini turbo, left side of the oil slick, into mini turbo, jump, clear, jump, mini turbo. I feel like you could even squeeze in a lap 3 mini turbo there, but I guess it's not faster. Chlorine, congratulations, let's go. This week, Stir went on another rampage, as he does every so often on Wario Stadium. Fire. Stir got his first world record over 2 years after the game released. He got his first world record on August 13th, 2019. Since then, there has been one world record for less than a day, meaning that on the same day it was set, Stir got the record back. There has been one since August 2019. Stir is dominant on this track. Right now, Luigi Teddy Buggy. Previously, before this run, his rampage of the week was actually Yoshi Teddy Buggy. And then for the final run, he went to Luigi. Stir has held the world record for 62% of the time since this game's release. Considering that he didn't, even play the game for the first 2 years, that is highly impressive. Once again, he basically, since his first world record, there has not been a full 24 hours or a full day where he hasn't had the world record on the track since August 2019. Now, enough of that. This week, starting on May 9th, Stir got his first record since April 6th. It was a 150.718. Improved it down to this 150.614. Did he say anything in his tweets that is of any use to us? Let's find out. No. On that one. And let's see. He put a question mark. His tweet is a question mark. So, I don't know. It's just a picture of this record. It says question mark. And then hashtag MK8DX world record. Which is the hashtag. I'm sensing a bit of... Holy, that's going to be an issue. That's going to be an issue. The faster you are, the higher up that fire bar is. Could be a pace lock situation. Anyway, Luigi Teddy Buggy getting it done. Motion glider getting it done. Very nice. Stir, congrats. Let's go. Water Park 200cc. Its first world record in 593 days. Let's find out. I don't know why I said let's find out as if it's a question. Like, yes, it is. So, Alberto got this world record, and it was his first since September 25th, 2021, where he got the first sub 111 with a 110.979. This is a 110.951 using King Boo Ink Striker instead of Wario Bitty Buggy. Alberto, being Alberto, has some comments for us. Probably going to follow the typical Alberto formula. But let's see. Water Park. In a similar way as Electrodrome, I was motivated to improve, as my run was very old. That's true. It was almost 600 days old. I de-rusted the track really quickly, subtle flex, and improved on the same session as the Electrodrome world record, I'm assuming, thanks to Ink Striker's buffs. I can take this to a mid.8, but Ink Striker has made the stairs and the lap 1 NISC even more inconsistent than before. That's saying a lot because the water park stairs are infamous for literally being the worst thing in this game in time trials. So they're even worse now. But Ink Striker is the way to go on water park time trials, and Alberto got this done, called it a day. This was not a multi-record improvement week for Alberto. He was one and done. Very nice. On May 12th, Japanese player Stove got a 141.679 on Tick-Tock Clock. Bang. The day before that, on May 11th, he got a 141.748, which was the first improvement since a 141.784 on April 13th by a Japanese player. And it's interesting to note that record used a 1-1-1 shroom strat, while these records use a 0-1-2. 0-1-2 is new post bounce patch. Before the bounce patch, it was kind of going back and forth. between a 1-1-1 and a 1-0-2. But this is a 0-1-2. So, as you can see, it's... Wow, that was weird. It seems to... I'm assuming, like, it's fast enough lap 1 that he can take that ending clock handness without losing that much time. So he saves his mushroom for other pace lock such type of things, you know? You know what I mean. Anyway, that Japanese player, oops, his name is Arisu. Oh, I remember that. So yeah, very nice. Stove getting it done with Yoshi Bitty Buggy. Post balance patch, Stove got world records with Dry Bones Bitty Buggy, also using 0-1-2, but then it switched to Yoshi Bitty Buggy and has stayed. Basically, Tick-Tock, right, with all these pendulums, with the tricks, you know, the moving gears, and the clock hand, there's a lot of pace things. So the reason, like, no mushroom is used in, you know, a save time sort of way, like cutting off off-road, I mean. You can see the Kusan slide there. It's just to, you know, get you to the clock hand, and then, you know, also streaming around a turn is always fast. And then bang, and then bang, and then bang. 161 days after Alberto's 104.598 on December 2nd, 2022, Alberto came back, got another world record. Let's watch it. The combo on this track has not changed because it was so ridiculous before that it got buffed. Koopa Troopa, Streetle, Cushion. Streetle did not get buffed, but Koopa Troopa and Cushion both did. Alberto has some things to say. Although the combo is the same as before, yes, buffs have made it extremely broken, which made improving very easy, as I was gaining basically everywhere on my Ghost. This track is far from done, and I want a much better run in the future, meaning a 0.2 or a 0.1. This is a 0.4 for reference. As, BSL being Snow Land is one of my favorite / most played booster tracks. Alberto, to be fair, has had the world record on this track for 98.25% of its existence. So, very true. He's had a lot of fun on this track. Lots of improvements, you know, uncontested. And, you know, it seems like if you know what you're doing, I mean, you're using Koopa Troopa and the Cushion tires. Like, of course this is going to be a fun track. I remember when this combo was first suggested as viable, and that very quickly it got a world record. And I even used it in a video because it's just ridiculous. But I love it. Alberto, well done. This week, Alberto got 10 world records on Sydney Sprint 150cc. And by Alberto got 10 world records, I mean Alberto got 7 of them, and Panda got 3 of them, but Alberto finished on top. But 10 world records on this track in just a few days. 3 days, actually. Let's give it a watch. All right, so we're actually cheating with this one. This was technically on May 16th, which is obviously past the week. But it's we don't have access to the record that was the record at the end of the week, which would have been a 159.453 by Alberto. But this is something I also like to do sometimes. If you look at the leaderboard right now, we have a 159.382. That is the current world record. Second place is a 159.504, which is a former world record by Panda. Third place is a 159.789, which is a former world record by Byron. Fourth place is a 159.967, which is a former world record by Japanese player Ain. I think this is a new world record. We've seen a few times where the top 3 are all either world record or former world record, but now we got 4. It's cool to see, right? Because you see a variety of players being dominant on a track or being very good at a track. And so that's always fun to see. I'm pretty sure 5th place is, I don't see any German flags on this world record page. So yeah, a 469 has not happened. So 4 is the new record to beat. Very cool. Very cool. And that also means that since their world record was beaten, they haven't improved. So, you know, it's just, it's not really that interesting, but like in terms of statistics, it's kind of cool. All right, so this week, starting on May 12th, Alberto beat Byron's 159.789 with a 159.732. Improved all the way down to a 0.563 when Panda, 2 days after that, got a 0.550. The same day, Alberto reclaimed with a 518, improved it a little bit more to a 511, and then Panda, the next day, 6 millisecond improvement to a 505, 1 millisecond improvement to a 504. Alberto responds same day with a 493. That's a 11 millisecond improvement. Then improved by 40 milliseconds on his own same day, May 15th, until May 16th. I guess technically we were supposed to watch a 159.511 by Alberto. There was a lot of activity on Monday and Tuesday. But and I say like, no one actually cares. Like, it's the week, right? It's a week. It's Monday to Sunday, and then, you know, we also get this one on Tuesday. But anyway, Alberto being Alberto has some insight for us on Sydney. My first world records on the track last week. So this, I think, yeah. So this is referencing like his 511 or something. It was just Sydney in general. My first world records on the track last week implemented 4 new strats. 4? What? 4 new strats. 1. Extra. He didn't list them, but I'm going to list them. 1. Extra mini turbo after the 3rd coin on lap 1. Go back and watch that. I don't know. Should we do it? Okay, fine. We're going to do it. All right. First new strat. Extra mini turbo after the 3rd coin. There's the 3rd coin. This is after the 3rd coin. Bang. Extra mini turbo. Cash. Second change. Double SMT lap 1 ending. 1 SMT. Hold it. Barely doesn't hit the wall. 2 SMT. Double SMT lap 1 ending. Number 3. Double mini turbo before second shroom lap 2. Let's get there. All right. Double mini turbo. 1 mini turbo. 2 mini turbo before the second shroom. And neutral hop off the border at the last cut. We'll get there, but we haven't watched this, so let's continue watching. The lap 2 shroom before the glider, which we just watched, is very inconsistent because you can completely stick to the grass or get air at the entry. And you can't react in time for it, so you have to predict it. Sounds wonderful. Not. Okay. So yeah. Interesting. We're about to see the 4th new strat on this track. That's, you know, pretty cool. Also makes sense why the world record was improved by so much. But the 4th new strat, if you forgot, which I did, is a neutral hop off the border at the last cut. So the border is this little ridge thing. So you do the last cut, and then little neutral hop there. Cash money cash. Well done. Super Bell Subway, a 139.828 by Army. P got a 140.002. We watched that last week, but could not convert in time. Let's give it a watch. Army previously had a 140.028 on March 10th. Very soon after the bounce patch. P improved that to a 140.002 just a few days ago, last week. And then, at the very end of last week. And then the next day, which I guess is this week, Army got a 139.986 on May 13th, and then May 14th, this 139.828 using Peach, Bitty Buggy, Azure Roller, Paper Glider, Super Bell Subway. Yeah, I don't think anything has changed. But if you didn't know, they do that, so that's cool. Lots of mini turboing. And we are at 9 coins. So the website's actually wrong. For some reason. It says that he got 10 coins lap 1. But none of the post-bounce patch world records did. So 910 is the coin strat. Mushroom. Ultra mini turbo. Oh, sexy. Super mini turbo. And they used to do like a whole like drift off mini turbo trick situation. No more. And then this is faster if you do the mini turbo afterwards. And cash money cash, guys. We only have 1 world record to go after this. It's going to be on Mute City 450cc. But we can finish this out. Alright, anyway. Bang. And then bang. And then bang. One more. Bang. Bang. Cash. Mute City 150cc, technically cheating because this was on Monday, May 15th. But, you know, Japanese time zones. May 14th, which was Sunday, the record was a 151.096 by Y146. We got Luigi Mach 8 Leaf Tires Paper Glider. Before these 2 world records, sorry, it was Luigi Ink Striker. But Ink Striker, I believe, I'll check, has the same stats as Mach 8 and the W25. No, not the W25, and something else. Hold on. Ink Striker. Yeah, Sports Coupe. What am I thinking? Mach 8, Sports Coupe, and Ink Striker all have the same stats. But different tracks gravitate towards different ones. Like, Wario Stadium for a while was like Sports Coupe only. Same with DK Jungle. But then you had stuff like, you know, Big Blue, and that was like Mach 8 only. So it's just, you know, what people prefer. I mean, they do, right? They are very different sizes. Great miss, by the way. That was crazy. So, you know, different turns, shortcuts, people like. Anyway, this is by Y146, as I mentioned. Let's see if Twitter has anything to say about the run. Nope. Nothing to say. Hashtag MK8DX world record. Alright, so we're just going to finish this out. Mini turbo here. Things that I never do. That I probably should do. By the way, I know I've talked a lot about my time trial series. I played this track for like 6 hours. And I really do not want to edit this video. Because it's just so long. And also, every time I get another time, I want to keep playing and improve more. And it's just like so much of my time. And I'm actually so frustrated. Like, if I ever make the video, I've actually never gotten mad, like more upset in the video. I was like punching this chair, this poor armrest, with my entire might at like 3 o'clock in the morning when I literally had work the next day. It was bad, right? So I took a break. Kind of traumatizing. But now I'm really good at Amsterdam Drift on 200cc. So it's a back and forth. Anyway, New City 150cc coming to an end. 151.039, very close to the sub. But guys, that's gonna do it. Just a little shorter for this week, which I'm not complaining. I do have work tomorrow morning as well, and it's 12:15 a.m. I need to wake up at 7:30 a.m. So I am gonna go to bed. But first I'm gonna find the thumbnails for this video. But yeah, if you're watching right now, you're huge. Thank you. Like the video? You probably already have, because I mean you're him. You're watching this 32 minutes in. You're him. You are him, and if not, you're her, and if not, you are them. So, and if not, I don't know. At that point, I mean, come on. I'm kidding. Whoa! I just got canceled. I just saw my career flash before my eyes. Anyway, we're not getting into this. Okay, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If not, I don't know. What are you? You're Roy? Is Roy still here? Where is Roy? I don't know. I thought I brought him down. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Whether you're him, her, them, or Roy, I hope you enjoyed. And I gotta end it. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bang.